Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fridays, where we proceed to check out all the fics that are not pony related. Why? Because we are strong, and we are young, and we'll keep on fighting. Men, I just want to announce that we have a mission. Right now, at our nearest Walmart and Toys R Us, it's our Ruby Plus. We need to investigate and find out which store has it. But first, this fic. Oh, why do some of these lemon riders enjoy doing this? Grabbing, torturing, and raping these awesome, strong females? It just doesn't make sense. But I'd like to say that as a Metroid fan, I'm glad that this type of story does not inflict. Oh, look, there's a story that does that for Metroid. How did I know that? Well, you know me, can't resist a good taste, and considering the fact that this month has been called Revenge of the Woman, might as well decide to get Samus Aran on the action. So stay here as we here at the Turnberry Memorial Library are proud to present Metroid Interrogation by Mitra. Enjoy. Metroid Interrogation by Mitra. Chapter 1. Introduction. Oh, this is enjoyment. Oh, let's see what we got here. Let's see. This the very strong torture story contains all manner of nasty things like bondage, rape, and torture, based off of the fanfic inspired Agony and Pink. Oh joy, Agony and Pink! What a marvelous pedigree! All is very non-consensual. I should hope nobody really consents to death. Otherwise, I got this suicide hotline we could talk to. This story is not your cup of tea, then you probably best just run past this one right now. Oh, but it is my cup of tea. I just can't resist a fic like this. Well, it's time we're set. In this time where the censorship Nazis attack, it's important that we fight back only as we can by continuing to flood the internet. How cute! The fake fix is fighting for its rights. Well, I would like to say that while that is a noble and hearty goal, I would just like to say that most of the time when you're trying to defend your rights with something like that, we tend to want it to be well written. But I suppose I should be nice. This isn't the author's first language after all. No, 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 no. Samus Aran laid on her cot in the cold room. She couldn't believe that her enemies had successfully captured her. Off screen? You mean we could have had a cool fight, but you decided to do this off screen? Wow. First sentence and I already am calling bullcrap. Gotta love this fic, huh? She knew what he wanted, but she was determined not to tell them. After all, nobody could have the Jazodian ice cream recipe! This close location of the Galactic Federation would be enough to undermine the whole universe. It's right over there. Right there, there's a giant neon sign that says Galactic Federation. It's over there. She was determined to keep the secret to herself. It didn't matter what happened to her. She had to remain quiet. The door opened up as two large guards stood before her. "Come with us," one of them said. Samus then proceeded to punch both of them in the nuts and then walked away. You have no right to do this. What? No right to do this? Shut up and come with us, snapped her guards as she was led out of the cell. She was led through the corridors. Why hadn't she activated her suit yet? That brought him deep into the pirate's face. Why hadn't she activated her suit yet? She trembled inwardly. I just had this strange feeling my little brother is going to lose his temper when he listens to this. Finally, they reached their destination. The elevator door opened and they exited. The surroundings were dark and eerie. Filled her with trepidation and anticipation. The whole atmosphere was clearly intended to bring about fear in the prisoner. It was well designed. Two more guards came and took her for the two that brought her there. They walked down the darkened corridor until they reached the room at the end of the long hall. While they were walking down the wall, Samus could hear moans, cries, and hideous laughter. Don't know why she got to Arkham Asylum. She shuddered. When they arrived at the door, it opened and she was taken in. In the room was Alita, humanoid queen of the space pirates.
What?
Humanoid queen of the space pirates. Apparently this is this girl's OC.
What?
Yeah, it says it right here.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The room was brightly lit, and she saw a table and several cabinets, and hooks from the ceiling. She wondered if this was her torture chamber. Yes, Samus. It's their torture chamber. What did you think it was? The place where they offered free ice cream? But decided to try to be defiant. Like Samus normally is.
What do you want, bitch?
The impulsive figure of Alita looked down at her and spoke in a cold, cruel, seductive voice. You know what we want, Samus. The location of the Galactic Federation. It's over there. Everybody knows that. I mean, it's not like trying to hide the location of Earth from the Covenant. It's right over there. Duh. It's like the location of where the Federation is in Star Trek is in San Francisco. Alita approached Samus and took Samus's chin in her large hand. Oh, you will talk, Samus. Making you talk will be one of the most pleasant experiences I've ever had. Remove your clothes. What? I'm not gonna do such thing. You will obey me, bitch, snapped the Pirate Queen, and the two guards grabbed Samus by the arms. Alita then... Wait a minute, she had her bodysuit the whole time? Wait a minute, I had my bodysuit the whole time?
Wait a minute. You let her have her bodysuit the whole time?
Wait a minute. This pirates looked at Samus. The other pirates squeaked. Had her suit the whole time? The other one looked down at Samus. Samus Aran smirked as her parachute came on. She then twisted out of the grip of one space pirate. Jumped up, did two side kicks into the space pirate's chest, breaking it. Then, she twisted her gun arm around, pointed the gun into the space pirate that was holding her gun arm in her arm, and shot its head off. Then Samus looked towards the Space Pirate Queen, and before she could say another word, Samus leapt up and did a screw attack, cutting the monster's head off. Ridley then growled, wanting to fly in, but then he started hearing some explosions, and he sighed and said,
No, you know what? I've learned my lesson from Bowser. Sometimes it's just to best walk away and run to this.
With that, Ridley flipped away. Before Samus could ask a question, an explosion was heard. Right behind her stood Master Chief and Shepard. Master Chief grumbled, Oh, I don't freaking believe this. Cortana, you told me we had at least 2 minutes before Samus could start kicking butt. Shepard, well, on the bright side, at least there's still some pirates left around here. Samus, sorry boys, but that's several for me, none for you. But it'll make you feel better, Samus said, sauntering over to her two friends, before putting her arms over their shoulders. Drinks are on me. We'll see who can outdrink the other. Shepard and Master Chief could only laugh at this. Later on, all three of them passed out. While sitting across from them, smiling up a storm, was Sarge, knowing that he could outdrink any one of them.
Dang straight! That's why I always love having a blood of my enemies. Helps me increase my constitution.
Um, you know, I can't believe this. Only one chapter in 5 paragraphs, and already I found a way for Samus to save the day. Maybe I should add something to this. Uh, I know. I know of a good friend of mine that has a fic that I think you guys will enjoy just as much as see Samus win. I'll be right back. Let me go get it. Found it. Okay, so this one requires a little setup. Apparently, this story is about about an OC predator that goes around the multiverse raping and killing women. Because as we all know, predators love to rape. I mean, that's just common knowledge. I mean, you guys saw in the movies, right? He was about to rape that pregnant woman. Yep, it was all just funs and giggles. No, it wasn't. And then the predator. And he also apparently decided to do that to Lightning. That's where the story begins. Now, any one of these could work well for, say, a story about about where we're going to watch the women take revenge against those authors and their stories, but we're trying to focus on Samus today. The tightly compact metal spear collided with Goga's chest almost as soon as he stepped on board his ship. He was sent flying back, losing his grip on Lightning's headless course as he went. Before slamming a wall, it dropped to the ground. He watched with stunned awe as his metal spear bounced off another wall before returning to the floor. Shoving himself to his feet, he prepared for battle, even as he struggled with the unexpected nature of the attack. He watched as the spear cracked open and the armored form of a familiar figure stood before him. Gargoth's confusion grew stronger as he tried to fathom how the armored woman was even there. Do you think you were the only one capable of traveling between dimensions? The figure asked, even with the electronic tone to her voice. Gargoth could easily see the confident smirk on the woman's face. The figure lifted an arm with a very large cannon attached to it at the disoriented predator. I'm Samus Aran, she announced, interdimensional bounty hunter, and your days of killing and raping women are over, he said. Fuck! This is Samus Aran versus Predator. Two well-known characters going at it. Guess it's gonna mean only one thing. The fires are set. Let's get ready for a death battle! Gargoth's interdimensional hunt had caught the attention of the Multiverse Authority almost immediately. There is such a thing? Well, considering all the multi-dimension hopping I've been doing, I might need to run away real quick! Tracking the illegal visitor source had been easy enough, but predicting which universe the predator would show up in next was impossible. Still, the purpose of his story was rather simple to deduce, with the disappearances of several noble women drawing a great deal of attention. As a pair of MVA agents were dispatched to the point of origin of the illegal rips, the Multiverse Authority decided to take a more proactive and extreme approach by hiring Samus Aran. She made quite the name for herself in her home universe before being licensed as an official Multiverse bounty hunter. And since that time, her infamy had only grown stronger. Upon being briefed of the specifics of the mission, Samus had offered enough to do to the gig for only half her usual rate. The pleasure of eradicating this piece of shit will be more than enough payment, she told the MVA supervisors before getting an icy smirk. But I'll still need to cover my expenses. The thought that there was a butthole out there jumping from one verse to another, killing and violating strong women, filled her veins with fiery rage. Me too, Samus. That's why we're here. She got in her ship and played as a speedy game of catch-up as she could, scanning through the wiles of the women who were suspected victims of the Violator. Oh, if only Violator was in this fic, I probably would actually enjoy myself. Each file she read, Samus felt her anger growing stronger. As soon as opening rift was detected into Lightning's universe, she wasted no time firing her ship's rather impressive engines and sped her way on an intercept course, determined to try and save at least one woman's life. Samus arrived at the scene to see Gargov shove his wrist blade to Lightning's brain. The depraved act of perversion nearly caused her to launch an attack that instant, but years of experience calmed her enough to remain hidden. Seeing Lightning's crippled mental state, Samus decided it would be more of a mercy to let her die, even if she had to endure more humiliating acts before she received a gift. Determined to put a final end to the creature's terrible agenda. Agenda! I had to. Sorry. She made her way to the thing's cloaked ship, finding easily enough of her energy scarce. Heading into the ship's systems and unlocking the door wasn't much more difficult. You see, this is why I think a predator doesn't have that much of a chance against Samus, because, predators may have cloaking, but Samus has at least 4 different visions that don't rely on heat. All she has to do is just switch her visions to, say, X-ray or something like that, and she's got him. And, as we all know, a predator is susceptible to bullets. Samus has flamethrowers, and rocket launchers, and super bombs, and her strength has been increased. She's got overwhelming advantages here. Now, a fight between her and Boba Fett? That's more even. That's more evened out. Fight between her and a Predator? Would be about the same as pitting Master Chief against a room full of Xenomorphs. What you would have would be a room full of dead Xenomorphs and one Master Chief drinking down a Mountain Dew. She had to wait. Gargoyle stared up at Samus with more than a little awe in his eyes. How cute! I said awe. A-W-E! Ooh. He always tried to plan his hunts a little more thoroughly as he could. Knowing every potential trick his prey had up their sleeve made it easier for his tactics as well. A well-informed hunter was a hunter who got to go home alive. Well, it's the same for you. Samus' sudden appearance aboard his ship and outside this universe, so it was supposed to be, had taken him so far off guard, the Predator couldn't help but feeling persistent and almost overwhelming fear take hold within him. Wow, this is almost respectful. I have a feeling that this guy's OC might actually die this time. Fear was not uncommon to him. He felt it before and dealt with it, but he never faced such a powerful wave of it. Giving the enormous arm cannon Samus had at his face, Crawler could only sum up the situation by stealing a term he had heard various humans he encountered throughout the years with faith. I am flipped. Pretty much, yeah. Although Gargoyle's mind was nearly paralyzed with unexpected fear surging through him, his body was well trained enough. It didn't need any input to do what needed to be done. His shoulder cannon whipped up, his trio of wet laser sights fixing on Samus' armored chest, before firing a series of 4 shots. The severity caused the bounty hunter to back up a couple steps, but Gargoyle was painfully aware of the lack of damage done to her armor. He decided to worry about getting through her armor layer. The attack brought him enough time to get back to his feet. He needed to move if he wanted to stay alive. Samus recovered from the series of blasts he had taken with ruthless efficiency. She brought her arm cannon back up and took aim at the Predator charging towards him, ready and willing to blast him into the charged heap. Before she fired her cannon, she wasn't surprised as Gargoyle showed himself to be far more agile than his considerable bulk would originally suggest. The Predator scooped up Lightning's discarded, headless corpse and headed in front of him to act as a shield. Really? So you're telling me Samus wouldn't roll into a morph ball and drop a bomb? Alright, but used to Lightning's once flawless body for protection. And for damaging it, Gargoyle felt annoyance arise. He flung Lightning's body at Samus, taking a frantic step to feel a small sliver of satisfaction. What? And watches the body hunter fall to the ground with Lightning's dead weight. What? Boom! Really? You mean she couldn't catch it with her one arm? Gargoyle took advantage of this moment, rushing past Samus, heading deeper into his ship. Samus, oh, now you're running! Now you're running from it! Come back here! Almost bold enough to attack him his own vessel, the Predator intended to make a regret by giving him a home field advantage. Ducking down the hallway, Krogov hurried deeper into his ship, mind frantically trying to come up with some form of plan to get better at Samus and her seemingly impenetrable armor. After Samus sailed his lightning course away, he proceeded to walk slowly onto the ship, making it slowly straying down the hallways, the faint lights beaming off her armor as she continued to strut, moving further and further down, her eyes narrowing behind her visor, just continuing to walk further and further. Unfortunately for the Predator, he forgot that Samus had a speed boost, so she proceeded to chase after him. Using her speed boost to break it down every single wall he had. Gargoth had very made it to the ship's control room when Samus had caught up to him. The door to the room barely had time to finish slaying open before she grabbed the door and ripped it off. Gargoth let out a pain grunt as he thrown towards the room, smashed against his piloting chair, snapping the back of half before rolling aside and dropped to the floor. He watched Samus emerging from the doorway to tower over his prone form. The Predator shoved himself to his feet, his hand reaching for one of his various control panels in the room, while his soldier's cannon moved independently to take aim at Samus again. He knew the blast wouldn't get through her armor, but he hoped it would give him enough time to do what he needed to do. The Predator's assessment of his soldier's cannon's offensiveness against Samus' armor wasn't accurate. The series of blasts he had taken hadn't gotten through her defenses, but she see the damage readout quite clearly. Her armor was tough, but it wasn't tough to withstand the pounding. Yeah, it was. It was. She intended to kill the Korgoth, but she didn't want the act to take place too swiftly. He raped and tortured the women he hunted down before ending their lives. Samus intended to put him through as much agony as he could before she ended his. Taking out the Predator's weaponry seemed a good start towards her vengeance. Samus looked at her arm card and fired her shot of her own before Korgoth's solar cannon could. She watched the solar mounted cannon explode with showers of sparks and molten slag. It took a particular bit of joy seeing the Predator flinch for the destruction. He pulled the disc device free and hurled it at her. Samus tried to duck away from the smart disc, but the smart disc does so by keeping her locked at its target. Samus grabbed the smart disc with one hand, looked down, and proceeded to crunch it. Korgoth turned his head back to the control panel. He tried to fire his codes and keys he needed to unlock all the safety catches. His panel was reckless as bet. If it went wrong, he'd be dead, and he would see it. He had days of work ahead before he'd return to his home universe. He was shit off planet before he was currently on. But he never ever see he was facing. The Predator had strong distinction that it was the reckless plan was the best one he had. As he physically put his codes required, he saw the sync characters of Z's language flying to the screen, beginning the end of a countdown. All now he had to do was survive long enough for the timer to finish. Krogos spun back around to face the bounty hunter, just in time to see her blast the smart disc out of the air and crunch the smart disc. Also, the weapon only helped to infuriate the Predator. He threw himself towards Samus, knowing he needed to keep the fight a close one in order to avoid getting blasted by an arm cannon. The woman's speed was even better than Krogos. He barely made it a foot towards her before she had her weapon trained on him. The Predator twisted his spines aside, trying to get out of line of fire, but Samus wasted no time firing. A streak of agony whipped out Krogos' throat as he felt the searing pain of her blast was coursing the upper portion of his left arm. He found himself falling to the floor a third time since the fight started, this time clutching the badly burnt flesh of his arm. Maybe I've misunderstood Deathstalker. I mean, this is actually a pretty decent fight, and Samus has been kicking ass so far, and has it gotten anything stupid? And, maybe there won't be a useless rape scene. We'll just watch Samus kill this bastard. There you go. Samus allowed herself to grin. The monster was down for the third. As far as he's playing final count, stepped up to him, keeping her cannon fixed on his prone form. Didn't notice the countdown clock on the control panel, and assumed his shoulder cannon smart disc with the Predator's deadliest weapons. Not that she would care. At the time, Krogov would agree with her, but until he dropped his head away to his shoulder, continuing to try and push himself up, he was pressed against the cylindrical shaft of Alea Secura's pilfered lightsaber. As Samus had been more familiar with the facial weapons of the expressive of characters, she would notice a distinct glint of mischievous intent on Krogrov's eyes, and perhaps would not have taken the extra step towards him to put her well within striking range. Unclipping the lightsaber from his belt, Karkar's friend pressed down against the exit button. Vibrant blue light exploded from the tip of the hilt as the Predator slashed out with the weapon, hoping the mystical blade would cut through Samus's durable armor. The Predator then looked up and was shocked as Samus grabbed the hilt and proceeded to crunch it. She shook her head. Really? She said calmly. You didn't think I knew about a lightsaber? The Predator began to back away, fear in his eyes, as Samus fired a rocket. A nice, lovely explosion was heard as the first leg was gone. What is with you freaks and trying to actually think that just because, oh, you have superior weapons means that, oh, you can actually take down someone like me? Another rocket was heard as the Predator's next leg was gone. Now his legs gone, he began to try to crawl away. He began to gurgle in his native tongue. So as Samus' suit began to translate as, please, spare me, spare me! Samus just shook her head and held a gun up to the Predator's head. You think I'm going to spare you? After everything you've done, I've read those previous 2 chapters. You are slime, she said, getting ready to blow his head off, when suddenly another shot right down the air, leaving the Predator dead. Samus's eyes widened as she looked up, and there was a woman in nice cerulean armor, smiling underneath her helmet. Samus could only growl as she punched the wall. Damn it, Carolina! I called dibs! Carolina could only chuckle as she said, yeah. Still, a kill steal's a kill steal. See ya. Oh, that Carolina proceeded to walk away. Samus let out a roar of rage. The end. You know, my problem with that whole Predator bit is when you make the Predator really strong like that, yeah, you take away anything that made the Predator, and you turn him into an overpowered douchebag. And when you do that, you don't exactly make the character likable or relatable or anything like that. It just takes away so much from what makes the character the character. And that's not really good storytelling. And the other story, seriously, you're taking inspiration from Agony in Pink. Just no. No. Just no. Well, that was one down, thousands more to go. I'll see you next time. Oh, and if you want to know what's next, it's not Agony in Pink, but it is a well-noted, really bad rape lemon that I just been dying to touch. I think you guys might enjoy it. I'll let you guys figure out what it is.